Generic greetings and welcome back to Prison Architect, where in the previous episode we built this building here in its entirety. Basically, the foundations were laid, but there was nothing inside it. However, that is not the case now. As you can see, we have a total of 20 cells, and these are designated as... Oh, that canteen is not designated as protective custody. Let me change that. Yeah, so this is our protective custody area. We have the 20 cells designated as such, as well as a canteen in the centre, and then it says common room, but it's more of a common floor section where we have TV and chairs, weight benches, prayer mats, and phone booths. So that's basically ready for people to turn up, so that's fine. Just to the south of that, we have our armory, which is technically functional, but not really, because we can only have 2 armed guards, but we don't really intend to have any armed guards at all. So I guess in terms of what we need, it is fine. And then to the south of that, we have CCTV monitor and door control system, as well as the phone tap there. So let us connect this up, because currently it's got no electricity, so now it is sorted. And then we'll have to essentially put in some CCTV cameras as well as the door servos. So let's do that now. Let's go over to door servo, and we're going to place door servos in a couple of places. Mainly because we've got 2 door control systems, we want one of them to control, I wouldn't call it the external part of the prison, but anything that allows people to go from the outside to the inner section. So all of these areas here, this main door, these little sort of walkways there. The reason for that is a lot of the delays when we look is the workers and the chefs waiting for these doors to open. So if we fix that, then hopefully it'll be a lot better. The second door control system will control everything that's sort of internal. So at the moment we have these jail doors locked open, but if we change that to be a door control system sort of setup, it means that we can just put it to normal, and we should be okay with that one. So we can see, or we can hear rather, that all that stuff getting placed there. We do have 3 grants on the go. We do have the MaxSec infrastructure implementation, which is place CCTV cameras. We're going to do that shortly. We've got have 1 prisoner pass the general education course, which is hopefully already on the go. We did have 4 prisoners originally that were interested in that. No, it looks like it's 1, because the other ones have probably left either because they've finished their sentence or they've been paroled early. And then we have produced 10 superior beds, which we've only produced 4 of them in the entirety of this however long, 4 hours and 45-minute build. So anyway, let me go over to here, and we're going to go for connections, and you can see actually that because of the way we've placed them, they are lining up correctly to the CCTV stuff and all that, so that's fine. So we're going to go to connections and door control system. The first one will control, as I mentioned, all of the external stuff. So let's do just that, and that's about right, I think. Yes, it is. And then the other one will control everything internal. And I think that's about right. I think that's okay. So now we just have to make sure that all of these are set to the standard mode, because at the moment they're all locked open. Change it to standard mode, and that should be fine. The main area was around here, really. This is our workshop, and we did have to have guards come over all the time to open that. So now that we've got this automatic system in, that should be a lot better. For the phone taps, we do have 2 of them, and we'll connect up these like so. And then over there, we're going to try and distribute the load evenly. So there's 1, and then the second one will just be here, because you can listen to only 1 at a time, which is the main issue there. Why is there an issue with a guard around there? Interesting. Oh, there's the Morris. Mark the Morris. Mark Morris 81579. There you go. 3 years for vandalism, apparently. Cool. Okay, so we have received some more prisoners, and that's worrying. Have they been placed in here? Let me double check. It shouldn't be set. No, it's definitely set to protective custody, so that's fine. You know what then? I think we can go over to informants here and look for anyone that's ex-law enforcement and such, and change that to protective custody. Protective custody. and protective custody. There we go. The issue that we have now is that although they're assigned to protective custody in here, they can still go elsewhere. And we want them to not leave the area. But this is an issue because there's no such thing as... We've got min, medium, max, super max, all of this set up. But you don't have something where you can say, right, well, this is protective custody. That's only protective custody in there. So that only protective custody can go in there, but everybody else can go elsewhere. What we need to do is set it so that protective custody stay just in this section. Because if we change this to, you know, minsec, then that's only that designation. We want to say outside here is everybody but protective custody. And I don't know a way around it. We could change the regime. That is possible. But because this external bit here, I mean, changing this external bit would work if we change it to, say, minsec like that. That would function. But as soon as we get normal security prisoners, then that breaks that system again. See, this person there, look, they're just going to now go and leave, even though they're supposed to be in here. And I can't really give them lockdown permanent, because that'll keep them in their cells, and we don't want that. I don't know what the solution is for that. I guess the solution would be... We can't even change it to lockup. Like change protective custody to lockup or anything? No. I will have to have a think about that. I'll have to have a think about that. Right, so that is now built. The servos are not working around here. That's because of the lack of electricity. I guess because it's because they're outside, we need to connect them up like that. And like that. And the rest should be fine, though. I think the rest will be fine. And while they're doing that, I'm going to go to building brick, and I'm going to place this building at the top here, because this is where we've got, among other things, some rooms at the top here for the solitary, which we currently don't have at all anywhere in the facility. So it's important that we put that in. And there we are. Right, so that's now in. You can see that we've got the prisoners wandering around here. These are the protective custody, but they are just wandering around, and if they do this normally, are they going to go and get food here? No, they're using the toilet there. Of all of the places for them to go, I mean, they've got their own toilet in their rooms, so I don't know why they would go there. Very strange indeed. Right, okay, so we're going to have a bit of planning here. Originally, this is where we were going to have the we're going to have a room at the front here for shakedowns and such. Actually, it'll work the other way. But we don't really need anything like that. Not realistically. We've already got a building to do just that. So it'll be that basically. Right. So we'll have a jail door on there, and then we will have all of this built with brick wall. So this is going to be our solitary area. And it's not terribly large, but considering we'll have one on the top and one on the bottom, I think it'll be okay for the time being. It really depends on how many prisoners we decide to get from normal risk. So we'll see. I'm going to place some lighting in here because it's currently a little bit dark. Like that. We do need to connect up. Well, we need to get some light in there. I guess we could just go across and down. We'll do that and see what that lights up with. And in terms of rooms, solitary. So solitary is now in. And at the back of these rooms, we are going to place a toilet, because we did make them one longer than normal. So at least they do have a toilet in this one. So that's a lot more than they usually have. So you can see it's shower time now, and these prisoners are using their shower in the rooms, but we still have that problem. We've got the protective custody there. We can't give them lockdown, we can't give them solitary, we can't give them permanent lockdown, because it means they'll never leave there. Don't think there is a solution. Can't change it to staff only. Even if we change that staff only, they can still go past because they can be escorted through it. It might just have to be locked down, but even then it's not great. I guess we could reschedule stuff. We could reschedule it. So the normal security... I mean, to be fair, when it comes to eat time, this should be... Was that not delivered anywhere? No, that wasn't delivered. Let me just check that. I can't check food distribution because I haven't got it unlocked. Okay. Micromanagement. How are we doing for money? 85. I'm going to start legal prep, and we're going to go for a taser rollout too. It's a bit of cash, but I think it'll be worth it in the long run. And, oh, there you go, look. They are bringing some food in here many hours after they should have done it. So what I'll do is I'll hire 2 more cooks, just so they can then bring that food over there. Because you can see they are bringing some stuff over. But, I mean, it's 2 hours after... it should have been brought. Is it? No, not 2 hours. Longer. It finishes at 10. And it's currently 2. So, yeah. Well, maybe that's for the next dinner time. It could be. Yeah, I think it's just going to have to be a scheduling thing. We'll have to change the schedule. But, yeah. Anyway, so... we have all of these rooms. This is our dormitory not yet built, so let's go ahead and do that. Quick build and cloning. It's going to be the exact same thing. Now, obviously, we do have... the slight issue with this building, it being not graded. I don't know if that'll affect things later on. We'll have to see. There was a ding-a-ling noise there. That'll probably be micromanagement. Yes, let me just double check the food distribution. Food distribution is fine. Yeah, food distribution is okay there, so that's good. Water isn't good though. If we go to water pipe, we can see that these are not connected in the slightest. We have now resolved that problem, like so. And we need to then check on... That's feeding there. See, these prisoners are... Yeah, I think they're around here, aren't they? No, they're not. Where are they then? Oh, they are eating in there. They are eating in there. Well, 2 of them. And how many do we have? 3. So where's the third? Oh, they're just turning up now. Prisoner Gibbs. And they're getting some food as well. Okay. So at least they are eating there. I think that's what the solution has to be, really. Just set them so they can, well, set a different regime for them. Right, okay, so place CCTV cameras throughout the facility. Well, we can do just that. So CCTV monitor we'll place in these buildings here. So we've got classroom and the chapel. We don't need one in there. We don't really need them in here because we have patrols, but we do need them for these areas here. So we'll have them in there and in there and in there. And then ideally we want one... we've got someone patrolling in the common room, so that's fine. But I think we'll place one of them in there. And then that is our grant done. That is our grant completed. 20 grand for the MaxSec infrastructure. We do have cell block D to pick up, which is to raise our prisoner capacity to 200. That is possible. I am going to do a shakedown tonight as well. And tunnel. They didn't get very far. They really didn't get very far. There we go. Okay, so that's fine. We'll clear that tunnel off. We will have to place some more flooring in there though, because when they break it, it needs to be placed again. And oh, what? Overdosed. I think, is that the first death in the facility? Let me stop the shakedown. It might just be first death in here. It's because we were doing the shakedown, they didn't have time to take them and move them. That's what it was. Whoops. Right. Bit of a shame. Let's connect up the CCTV monitors then. We've currently got 2 CCTV monitors. I don't think we need that one. I'm going to dismantle it for now. Just so we don't have a guard standing there wasting the time on it. Because we don't need it there. So we're receiving some more prisoners. I should really check to see if we've got any... It says skilled fighter, extremely quick, etc. And also, now you can see we've got some stuff that's been arranged to be thrown in. So, that's there. Right, so this area up here, our extra dormitory, we will place a automatic door servo there. And we'll connect it up. Hang on. There we've got connections. And it's going to be the internal one. Probably got other things on the mind for the time being. Oh no, actually having people escorted there. So this is the question. Do we receive this intake of 30 prisoners, or do we bring in some normal risk? I am of the opinion that normal risk is probably the way to go. So, deployment, medium sec. We're going to say, then, this one is medium sec. So we're only going to bring in 2 prisoners. But those prisoners in there are going to be they're going to be displaced now and probably assigned to here. Looks like that's exactly what's happened. Excellent. For our intake, we're going to go to medium sec and open that up, and we'll receive a lot of prisoners. In terms of dog patrols, we do need to set another dog patrol. Right, this is going to be a bit more difficult here. What I'll do is remove that. Have the dog patrol going around like so. That'll be fine. I think I'll actually remove that one there. And then we'll assign that dog patrol to that. And then we'll have a guard patrolling as well on the inside, because that's generally what we're doing. You see loads of stuff getting found all over the facility. A lot of it thrown in, a lot of it... what's that? Unable to be assigned somewhere? No free places? Well, there is free places. It'll be over here. I just don't think they've finished it yet. Yeah, there has to be. There has to be places for them, because it wouldn't be bringing more people in if it couldn't assign them. Right, okay, so in terms of our regime then, currently we've got everything sort of mixed up. What we want, really, is to have lockup. We don't want work for any protective custody. Prisoners, they don't want to be working. Shower time is fine. They should stay close to there. In terms of eat, that's not so good. But splitting it up it'll be a problem, but they will hopefully sit around there. And the rest is sort of alright for the time being. As I said, it's because we don't have a distinction to say anyone but. At the moment it just says the distinction is anyone of this type can go here, nobody else. We want to say everybody apart from what we designate. That's what we need. Apparently there's a tunnel over there. I'm not going to be too worried about that one. Unless someone's tunneled through one of the pool table pockets and is digging out that way, I'm not really too bothered. Is that Balthazar? Stephen Balthazar, who's reading a book while watching TV. Well, actually, they were sitting there. I don't know if they're actually watching TV, but they were sitting there. Right, so, 81 grand, good grief, more than enough to do pretty much whatever we need to do. We are going to be receiving... our medium risk prisoners shortly. I will do another shakedown. I will also go over to staff and to guards, and I'm going to hire some more guards. There we go. Dog handlers I don't think we need any more of, but I will actually no, probably a couple more, like so. And then what I'm going to do is go down to programs and to guard taser certification, and we will run that program many times because I think it's quite useful. Foundation education program is still going on. The general education course is on the go as well, with 3 people doing that. Kitchen safety and hygiene, you can see we can probably stop one of those. Workshop safety induction, no point in doing another one, but that will probably change anyway as soon as we have the next intake. Let's have a quick look at our grading. We can see the reoffending rate has dropped to 12%. Punishment has been going from between 6 and 7. It's now on 7, which is good. Reform on 4, not great, but not terrible either. Security on 2, and health is still -1. I don't know why. We've paroled a total of 82 prisoners, and 4% of those have reoffended. Total capacity is 160, but obviously we have to account for the 20 of that being protective custody. 1 death in custody, sadly. No staff fatalities, however, and a prison value of just under $500,000. So this is good. And you can see we've just spent a lot of money on tasers. That's because we finished one of these classes, and you can see that the chief is running this class here, and we are now receiving our intake of normal risk prisoners or medium risk prisoners. Let's go over to informants, and we can see that we do have some traits here. We do have some, well, quite a number of unknown traits. We have an instigator, and that should be it. We don't have any gangs because we don't have gangs turned on, but we do have some intake. And there's a face in game. Anyway, I think we will leave it there. Next episode, we will see just how effective the segregation has been, even though that you can see they're now heading off and going around. Yeah, this might not go so well. Do we want guards assigned to these? It is possible that we should do that. Maybe guards in the classroom like that, and then in the infirmary. I mean, you can't really... I mean... We can't realistically have people guard stationed in every area. Although with the amount of money that we're making, maybe we can. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. Next episode, we will see people escorted to the cells, and we'll see if any more people are bothered about workshop safety induction. Looks like there is more people interested, but that is because we've just received some more prisoners. So, yeah, we'll see how we get on with that one. Can we do more of that? We can't. It does say all rooms booked, which is a shame. Right, we'll see how we get on, and we will go from there. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video and the series thus far. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.